Today we're building a Telegram bot to track all your expenses on Google Sheets. Here's the demo. I've spent 500 shillings on transport and 250 shillings on airtime. So let's see, it accepts the information. The AI agent analyzes to see the expenses. It goes ahead to save the details to Google Sheets, then sends back a message to Telegram telling me, I've logged your expenses, 500 shillings for transport and 250 shillings for airtime. If there's anything else you need, just let me know. Then if I go to my Google Sheets, you're able to see the details have been added, 500 for transport and 250 shillings for airtime on those specific dates. I can even chat with it something like, I've spent 350 shillings on veggies, let's see. So it accepts the information, goes ahead to process it using our AI and sends back a message saying, I've logged your expenses of 350 shillings for veggies. And if I see in my Google Sheets, the details have been added accordingly. You no longer have an excuse for not tracking your expenses. Why is this? It's because your AI accountant does this for you day in, day out. This ensures that you have a record on all the things you're spending on. At the end of the week, you can clearly see what's taking most of your money. You might find out that apparently airtime is your biggest expense, and thus paying for postpaid would help, or eating out is a big expense, and thus maybe hiring a house help to cook food at home would help. All in all, just better managing of your finances. So before you get started, go to the link in the description to access all the resources we'll use within this video. That includes the N18 template, as well as the documentation on how you're able to follow along. So if you prefer written documentations, I've provided for that. So go ahead and access that. I'll take you through step by step on how you can implement the Telegram bot to track your expenses. And when I mean step by step, I mean step by step. Even a 5-year-old can follow along. We'll be going through the written documentation, and it's what will guide us throughout the tutorial. So ensure you have the documentation open, and let's jump into it. So here we are in the documentation itself. We must first start by setting up N18. So N18 is the one that is going to be handling the entire functionality of analyzing the expenses and logging the expenses to Google Sheets. So ensure if you don't have an account, just click on N18 over here. So I'll click on that. Then if you don't have an account, go ahead and click on Get Started. Mind you, everything you can just follow along with what I'm doing over here. So if you don't have an account, click on Get Started. I have an account, so I'll just sign in. I'll go ahead and sign in. And yeah, you'll arrive at something of the sort. So on your side, just go through the sign up form that they're providing there. Fill out your details, all those things. Then you create your account and log in. You'll arrive at something of the sort. N18 gives you 14 days of free trial on their cloud platform, and that's what we're going to be working with right now. So you could either self-host N18 or pay for their cloud platform. So in this case, they give you 14 days for free to try it out. After the 14 days, you'll have to upgrade your account. So in this case, let's go back to the documentation. Once you've created your account and logged in, you'll arrive at your dashboard. Click Create Workflow. So I'll go ahead and do that. Now, we need to import the N18 template that we've received in our email address. So go ahead and download that specific template. It's a JSON file. Go ahead and download it. Then you'll go here and click on these 3 dots. Then click on Import from File. It was Expense Tracking Agent. I'll click Open. And yeah, you get something of the sort. This is a template, everything that you'll need to implement this Telegram bot. So let's go back. So once you import the template itself, let's rename the workflow. So for example, mine, I'll name it Expense Tracking Agent. So for that, I'll come here, paste it in there. Then I can click outside to save it. You can see it automatically saves it. Then we're good to go. So one thing to note over here is the template has the brown notes to guide you on what is happening at every stage. So whenever you see these brown notes, they're just to guide you in terms of what this specific node is actually doing. So every item you see on this template, we call it a node. And a node just performs a specific action. So for example, this first node that you're seeing here, it just receives the message from Telegram. Okay. Then this node over here is the one that saves the row in Google Sheets. So going forward, you'll hear me using the term node. Just know node is this specific item that performs a specific function, okay, or rather action. So I'll go back. So now we need to connect to our accounts. For this Telegram bot to work for your specific scenario, you'll need to connect to your Telegram account, to your OpenAI account, and your Google account for Google Sheets. So let's first start with connecting to my Telegram account. So it says, first of all, double click on the first node to open it up. So let me go and do that. I'll double click on that. Then I arrive at something of the sort. And now it tells me click on the credential drop down and select create new credential. So let me do that. I'll click on that drop down, create new credential. Now it's asking me that I need an access token in order to access my Telegram account. So I'd advise you to get the access token from your phone. So your Telegram phone app, that will work better, because there are times when I tried out creating the access token from the web Telegram version over here and it was giving me errors. So for that, just follow the process from your phone as you see over here. So to do that, go to Telegram and search bot further. Search for this specific keyword, bot further. Okay, as you can see in the screenshots down here, you can do this using your phone or Telegram on web. So I have Telegram on web over here. I'll just open it up. So first things first, go to search over here. It's the same process that you're going to do on your phone. I'll go ahead and search bot further. So I'll copy that, come paste it in here and search for bot further as is. Once I search that, I need to click on open. So I'll click open. I'll click confirm over here. Now I'm here in the interface where I'm able to create my bot. So now I need to create a new bot. So for that, I'll click on create a new bot and I need to provide it with a name. So in this case, I'll call it expense tracking agent. Give it a description, something like this bot helps me track my expenses on Google Sheets. Then give it a username. So let's search through to get a username that is available. You see, if I say expense tracker, that isn't available, as you can see there. So you have to pick a unique username. You'll have to go and do a couple of tries over here, so trying to see which one is available. So you see, I've gotten this one. It sounds like a long name, but that's what you have to do to get a username that is available. So I've called mine log expenses in Google Sheets _bot, and it's critical. It has to end with _bot. That is very critical. Then I'll go ahead and click on create bot. Then you'll see there it will provide you with your access token. You need to copy this, then save it somewhere, because you're going to need to use it later on, or rather not even later on, you're going to use it over here. So just come and paste it in here. Then you'll click on save. So once you click save, you'll have connected to your Telegram account. Go ahead and exit on that. So click X. And now you'll be connected to your Telegram account. You'll click on escape to go back to the main workflow. Then click on save. Now let's go back to the documentation. So we've gone through all these steps that you're seeing here, connecting to our Telegram account, seeing that it has connected successfully. Now we can go ahead and connect to OpenAI. So to connect to OpenAI, you'll need an API key. So for that, click on this link. So I'll click on that. So if you don't have an OpenAI account, go ahead and click on sign up over here. It's simple process. Just log in or sign up with your email address, then you can log in to your dashboard. So for me, I'll just click login, then I'll log in with my email address, continue. Okay, so now once you arrive over here, let me go back. You will need to purchase some OpenAI credits if you have none. For that, click on this link. So I'll click on that. It will take me here to billing, where I'm able to add some credits to my account. So I'll add to credit balance. You're able to purchase a minimum of $5 worth of credits up to $90. So you're able to purchase the amount of credits you need. Then add a payment method if you don't have one there. Then click on continue. I already have some credits, so we'll work with this. So I'll go back here. Now we need to create an API key. So for that, click on this link. I'll click on that. So I arrive at something of the sort. So I'll click on create new secret key. Give your secret key a name. In this case, I'll call mine my API key. But since I already have that, I'll just say my API key 2. Select the default project over here. Then you want to click on create secret key. To give you a secret key, click copy on that. So once you've copied your API key, you want to double click on the translate a recording node as seen below. So you can see it here. Let me go ahead and click on that over here. So I'll double click on that. Then I need to click on the credential drop down to create a new credential. So I'll click on that, create new credential, then paste in my API key there. Then I can click on save. You can see connection tested successfully. Now you can click on X over here, then escape to go back to the main workflow. Now, once that's done, now we need to connect to our Google Sheets account. So to connect to your Google Sheets account, double click on the append row in sheet node as seen below. So this one specifically, I'll go ahead and get that in place. It's this one. Double click on that. Then same process, I'll create a new credential. The good thing is now I can just directly sign in to my Google account. So I'll click on sign in with Google. Connection successful. I'll close that. Then you can see it says account connected. I'll click X on that. Then let's go back to the documentation over here. So once I've connected to my Google account, as you can see in all those steps over there, now you will need to create a new sheet to store your expenses. So go to your Google Sheets account and do that. So I'll click on this link to take me to my Google Sheets account. Then what I can simply do is just create a new blank spreadsheet. I'll give it a name, something like expense tracking sheet. Back here. So once I've created the sheet and given it a name, as you can see it there, I need to add the following columns to the sheet as seen below. So there's the date. I'll copy that, come paste it in there. The actual expense, paste it in there. And amount in shillings, come paste it in there. It's very critical. Just copy exactly as you're seeing it in the documentation over here. Then let me just bolden them and give it a background, something like a light gray. Okay, now we're good to go here. Once that's in place, now go back to NA10 to add the new spreadsheet you have created. For that, click on the document drop down to select a spreadsheet from the list of spreadsheets on your account. So let me go back to NA10. Over here, it said under document, so I'll click on this drop down. Then I'll select my sheet, which is expense tracking sheet. The actual sheet is sheet 1 because that's the only sheet. As you can see over here, that's the only sheet. Okay, I know my face is hiding it, but you can clearly see that. Then down here, if you haven't changed anything, there's nothing you need to change over here. So I'll click escape. Then we're good to go. Now we need to click save to save everything. I'll click on save over there. Then what I want to do is when I'm seeing errors here on my template, I need to fix them. So I'll double click on this first one. Just double clicking and exiting does the trick. I'll do the same thing over here. Double click on this OpenAI node. Once that's in place, I'll click to exit. So you can either click to exit or press the escape key on your keyboard. Then once again over here, let me double click on this AI node, then exit. Same case to this. Point is we just want to save in the credentials we had created. Exit. Then finally for this Telegram node, double click on that, then exit. Then we're good to go. I'll click save on the entire workflow. Then let's go back over here. We need to test everything. Go back to Telegram and search for your bot using the Telegram username you assigned to it. So for example, mine I used this specific one. So this is what I'm going to search. I'll copy that as is. Then you go to Telegram. This you're doing on your phone. So preferably when you're doing the test, do the test from your phone. I'll go ahead and search for it over here. Then I'll get it over here. Expense tracking agent. When I click on it, I'm able to directly start chatting with it. So you can see on your side, you'll just click on the bot. Then you'll click on start a conversation with the bot. Then type in a message. So something like, I have spent 500 shillings on transport, but don't click send. So before you click send, you need to come back and ensure that the workflow is waiting for information. So for that, you'll click on execute workflow. Now it's waiting for information from Telegram. And that's if I go here and type in something like, I've spent 350 shillings on lunch. So let's see that. It gets the data. You can see it's processing the data. It processes all the data. Then if I go back here, you're able to see, got it. I've logged your expense of 350 shillings for lunch. If you have any more expenses to track, just let me know. If I go to my Google Sheets over here, you're able to see the expense has just been logged in for that specific date. The expense is a lunch of 350 shillings. Then going back here, proceed to do the test using voice, remembering to click execute workflow before sending the voice message. So I'll go here. Now let's test it using voice. So I'll click execute workflow. Now it's waiting for information. I can go back here to Telegram and send in something like, I've spent 500 shillings on buying a friend a gift. So I've sent that. It's going to accept the information. So now it's executing the workflow as you see it there. Perfect. You can see, thank you for letting me know I've logged your expense of 500 shillings for the gift you bought your friend. If you have any more expenses to log, feel free to share them with me. If I go back here to Google Sheets, you're able to see the expense has been logged in. It was a gift of 500 shillings. Perfect. Then back here to the documentation. Once you are satisfied with everything, click on activate workflow as seen below. So I'll go ahead and click activate workflow. Just click on here to activate the workflow. Got it. And now it's ready for use. That's it. That's everything you need to know to implement this Telegram bot that enables you to track your expenses. Goodbye is the days of saying that tracking expenses is so much of a task, or I don't have an accountant, or I'm too busy for that. Like, you literally have a personal accountant on your phone. Better managing of your finances, I mean. So maximize on this bot. It's really going to transform your life. I mean, that's it from me. Till next time, stay survey. Peace.